I sat in the seat in the front. I tilted. I played with the seat like a barber chair. I watched 3 movies, and then I landed. It was wonderful. Luckily, I'm smart enough to eat before I get on the plane. Because as you well know, even in first class, there's no such thing in air. They did a very good job, I have to admit. American did a fabulous job. Nice stewardesses. Actual women stewardesses, when I say stewardess, coming out of San Francisco, which is odd, isn't it? There were women and there were stewardesses coming out of San Francisco, which is a real odd one. And they were actually nice. But the food was good, but I didn't eat it. I didn't eat it. Now going back, though, is the nightmare flight. West to east, east to west. Tomorrow is the 757. I don't even know what it's like. It's wearing me out in advance. The one good thing about going home is there's no packing really involved. The hard part's going, right? Because you have to select and reduce your entire life to a suitcase and a carry-on. Going home is easy because you throw it all back in the same bag. There's nothing to pick, right? So that's the easy part. I'm not panicking. Coming here, it's like takes me 4 days to pack. Because you have to look, it's like you're dying and you're going to the next world. It should be like an Egyptian, you're going into the tomb. And you have to decide what you're taking into the tomb to the next world, right? Isn't that it, Ryan? My assistant's laughing. It's like, what do I take with me? What if it's what if it's Malaysia Air, and it disappears? What do I take? What do I leave in the house? Do I really need this? Will I ever wear it? Do I want it? But going's terrible. Coming back's easy. You throw it in the bag and that's the end of it. So this is the Savage Nation. It's a radio show, the kind of show that Hillary Clinton hates, the kind of show that John Boehner would like to see off the radio. But thus far, they haven't touched the First Amendment yet. I'll be back.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
Hey, our Savage Nation is sponsored by SwissAmerica.com, the only company I trust for wealth insurance, gold and silver. Call 800-BUICOIN.
I know the Clintons pretty well. I've served with them here for 8 years. I've known them since then. And, they're good public servants. But there are a lot of questions that are being raised. And at some point, they're going to have to answer the questions. They're good people, but there's questions that have to be answered.
They're good people after the uranium scandal? Makes you wonder, was Boehner left in a basket outside the 2 a.m. club? Or was there an embryonic twin that was missed at birth? Or is he the embryonic twin of the real Boehner? I saw there was an article on an evil twin found in a student's brain that explained all of the problems she'd been having her whole life. And they removed the tumor from the pineal gland. That was the evil twin. Makes you wonder. I mean, maybe Boehner is the evil twin. Maybe they removed the real Boehner. The real Republican was removed in either case. Or is this the real Republican? It's hard to say. Is there a real Republican, or are they all the evil twin of the Republican Party? It's a nice analogy. I've kicked it around a bit. Yeah. Miss Carnahan told NBC she believed it was an evil twin sister who's been torturing me for the past 26 years. Sort of what I feel about the Republican Party. WVNN Radio. David, welcome to the Savage Nation.
Hi, Dr. Savage. I was wondering, I'm trying to live up to your standard of a caller. I was wondering why nobody in Congress is pressuring the NSA to produce Hillary's email.
The answer is in John Boehner's speech, because they're good people. Well, the NSA could be forced to turn over the emails. I mentioned it the other day. It was common sense that they're somewhere in the cloud, right? In other words, she may have erased them, but they must have them, right?
Yes, sir. I was watching a PBS documentary on unraveling the terrorist attack in Mumbai, and they admitted that having all those emails in the cloud doesn't do any good unless they're looking for specific emails from specific people. Then they can produce all of them.
Correct. There's no such thing as erasing emails from a server to the NSA. They have everything ever written, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So if you wrote an email to someone and you erased it, it doesn't matter. Even if you had your server erased, it doesn't matter. They have them. So therefore, Hillary's 30,000 emails are somewhere in the NSA.
Well,
I mean, and that's what we, the silly little people would think, right?
Yes, sir.
Is that why Obama today went to the security agencies and saluted them for being so wonderful? He was walking around giving them all slaps on the back, the amazing shrinking president. thanking them for being the best intelligence agency in the world, even though they missed the Boston Marathon bomber and several other illegal alien Muslims who were stopped by Americans who took them down themselves on airplanes and else. Remember that? The NSA missed it. The CIA missed it. The FBI missed it. A passenger took the guy down. Unbelievable to me. Well, look, we go on. We're not just going to give up. We have to keep functioning despite the government. That's what it comes down to. It's like we have to keep functioning despite the government. Or shall I say because of the government? 855-400-7282. Now, here's the interesting thing. They just put Loretta Lynch in as Attorney General. She would be the one to investigate Hillary in the next couple of years. Do you understand that? So now you know what that's all about. Now you know the rest of the story. You'd think with a Republican Congress, you'd get a Republican Attorney General. Or they would have blocked Loretta Lynch, saying, no, we're not having more of the same. We can't allow you to put your consigliere in again because Holder did so much damage. This one's liable to do worse. No, we're not accepting it. Give us someone more balanced, someone more moderate, someone willing to look into the scandals. Instead, they chose someone who will absolutely not look into the uranium scandal. So that leads you to one conclusion. It's a one-party system, which I defined as a Democrat Party or Republican Party in 1994, and which I talk about in great detail in the new novel, Countdown to Mecca, where a bunch of generals, U.S. generals, decide to take matters into their own hands because they know the government is out of control.
Join the Savage Nation. Call now, 855-400-SAVAGE, 855-400-7282. Savage.
Women get ahead, everyone gets ahead. And it's important to realize
That's the new thing now.
It's not just in the economic arena where women are held back. When women of any age, whether on college
I feel
campuses
like I'm in the Soviet Union.
or military bases
or communist China, like.
or even in
Keep going. No, I want people to hear what's coming.
assault, then no woman is secure.
No, you're an expert on assault of women. You had a lot of practice with that inside the White House. No question about it. I mean, sexual assault was something you're an expert on, since you looked the other way while it was going on right in the White House. So I would say you're an expert on it. Now, here's a story that's a little troublesome. California Assembly unanimously votes to name famous tunnel after Robin Williams. Now, it's a tough story for me to cover for a couple of reasons. I knew Robin just casually as a neighbor. He was a certifiably nice guy. But I was opposed, and I'm opposed, to naming the Waldo Tunnel for Robin Williams for one reason and one reason only. It's the way he killed himself. I mean, the coroner's report was very clear. He hung himself with a belt while sitting on a little chair in his garage or at one of the bedrooms. Terrible thing to suffer depression. Terrible thing to commit suicide while your wife sleeps 2 doors down. But this means every time a child drives through the Waldo Tunnel, and it's named the Robin Williams Tunnel, and a child says, Mommy, who was Robin Williams? I mean, he was a comedian who hung himself with a belt on a little chair in a bedroom 2 doors down from his wife. No, they're not going to say that. They're going to sweep aside what he did to himself at the end. A man's life is not complete until it's over. But the vermin in the California Assembly, the same garbage that is catering to illegal aliens, voted 77-0 today to name the tunnel for this poor man who hung himself with a belt on a little chair in his house in Tiburon, California. So that, I mean, I know it's controversial. He's an icon to many idiots who don't know any better. They're, Robin Williams. No, I'm not jealous. I don't want a tunnel named for me. But I think a tunnel might be named, let's say, for an American war hero who died in a copter crash, let's say, in Afghanistan or Iraq. Maybe one of the local boys who gave his life defending America somewhere. They could have named a tunnel for them. Or maybe a CHP officer who lost his life to a piece of subhuman garbage instead of to a comedian who hung himself sitting on a little chair in a bedroom in his house. That's all. That's the state I live in. And yet I'm going to go back from here to there, from there to there. There's nowhere to go anymore. N'importe où Deus du monde. I mean, the French said it all. Those of you who know French know what I just said. Who knows what I just said? Is there anyone in the audience who speaks real French, like the way I did? N'importe Deus du monde. Who wrote that, and why am I saying it? Is there anyone in the audience who can answer that question? I just said something in Parisian French. N'importe Deus du monde. Is there a French speaker who is listening to the Savage Nation? You'll win a free copy of my new novel called Countdown to Mecca. Is there anyone? Try to find that, Jim. I can't take it anymore. I feel like I'm living in a madhouse. Instead of naming it for a war hero, they name it for a comedian who hung himself on a little chair with a belt around his neck. Here's another one, another nice story about the cultural death around the world. If you think it's bad, strippers liven up funerals with erotic dancing in rural China. All right, for Bill Clinton, I could see that. That could be something I could see for him. Go out with a smile on the corpse. Chinese officials are launching a campaign to crack down on strip teases and other lewd shows that have become popular at funerals. Leave it to the Chinese to lead the way. The Ministry of Culture said. The ministry said in a statement that it will tighten control over rural culture where vulgar performances have been thriving because of a general lack of cultural events. Sounds like the White House under Bill Clinton. Such erotic performances at funerals are a relatively new phenomenon. Many rural people believe the large attendance of funerals is a sign of honor for the deceased. And the strip shows that are used to attract more people and display the family's prosperity. The funerals also are a rare occasion for crowds to gather as villagers working as migrant workers in industrial centers return home to bury the deceased. I don't know. There might be something there. Maybe the Clinton Foundation get involved with this. Maybe they could supply strippers to the funerals in China. They have good relations. Maybe they could use Sandy Berger to run the deal, or Rosenberg. What's his name? The one I mentioned yesterday, who got the rockets flying. Maybe they could factor. Oh no! Wait a minute. We have China experts. Ex-Secretary of State, that hag, the meatloaf woman, the brisket lady. I forget her name. The lunatic under Bill Clinton. I don't remember her anymore. The one who laughed while Serbia was being bombed. The war criminal, Madeleine Albright. She could factor the deal. Listen, I got a couple of good strippers for you. Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, oh yeah, don't worry. They're perfectly clean. No, they're all white girls. Don't worry. Yeah, they'll bring a big crowd. Oh, Bob Dole could be the lobbyist for it. Do you know Bob Dole, the ex-World War II hero? Pipe stem arms, almost was president. Then someone ratted him out with the picture on the treadmill with the undershirt. Bob Dole is a lobbyist for China, the last I checked. Another American hero. Maybe he could bring the strippers to rural China and get some skim. You never can tell if there's a buck to be made, you know. 855-407-282. You see, right, I'm trying to lighten it up because there's only so much I can take. I started the show talking about the Rosenberg case, if you just tuned in. And I'm not talking about something that's commonly remembered anymore. But the Rosenbergs gave away nuclear secrets and let Russia build the atomic weapon in the 1950s. Now the Clintons are allegedly involved in something analogous, but maybe even far worse. Because while the Rosenbergs only gave away plans for an atomic bomb, the uranium deal is such that the ore is used to actually make weapons. The only way to find out is by conducting an investigation. Now we have a French speaker on WBAP in Dallas, of all places. I didn't know they let Frenchmen in there. Albert, line 4 from WBAP. What's on your mind, Albert?
Hello, I heard you need a translator, so I'm here to help you.
Okay, so if I say n'importe où dehors du monde, what am I saying?
N'importe où is anywhere, but I need other words to make sense.
Wait, okay, hold it. N'importe où dehors du monde.
N'importe où. Monde is a world.
No, yeah. Oh, so you don't really know. I was seeing if you knew the literary reference. It's a phrase from the existential era that says anywhere out of this world. N'importe où dehors du monde.
N'importe où, yes, anywhere, n'importe.
I just said what it is. Yeah, anywhere out of this world. But thank you for calling. I'm going to send you a free copy of my new novel entitled Countdown to Mecca. Now I'm going to put out the thing again. Is there anyone out there who is not only a French speaker but into French literature and knows who wrote that? Who is the French philosopher or literary figure who said n'importe où dehors du monde, who I am quoting? Then you'll get a free book. WJR, John, on another topic. Go ahead. You're on the Savage Nation.
I just
I just wanted to mention about the Rosenbergs. In that day, when they got executed, we had real men running this country.